When I was 16 years old, I was really into making stained glass windows. I just loved it, cutting the glass and you fit it all together. And I had this table that was plexiglass, so I could get underneath that and look up and see the light coming through. It was like painting with glass, and I was really into that. And I was also really into these watercolors. I would make up these imaginary insects, and I had a rapidograph that was waterproof, and I just draw this weird thing, and then I would colored in with this beautiful watercolor. And I love doing that. And I love this stained glass. And then I was doing ceramics in school. And that was fun, mostly on a wheel, but I wasn't very good at it. So I ended up like kind of making them these weird, irregular shapes. But then you got to paint them. And so that was really cool. And then I was also working on these, I had these plastic army men from when I was really little, and I was making these sculptures, like these diorama things. And that was really great, like putting them in scenes and gluing them in and taking pictures of them. And then I was learning photography, and I was taking pictures of stuff. I remember I did a bunch of eggs, photographs of eggs, a whole series on eggs, not broken, just in bowls with the shadows. I mean, there's so much you could do just with an egg. Anyway, I was approaching, and then drawing. I would do these crazy made up fish, imaginary fish. And it was just something I was into, and made up people that you could kind of see halfway through them. But you kind of get where I'm going with this. I had a lot of stuff that I did. And it wasn't really none of it was really that good. And I was coming up to applying to art school, and I felt really horrible because I didn't know particularly how to draw well. I could paint a little bit, but I wasn't great at painting. And stained glass windows, it was more of a craft. I didn't even know if I could include those, and I was really insecure about it. And I just felt like I wasn't going to get in. That was my biggest fear. And my dad at the time was helping me, and he saw it differently. And he said, listen, they don't care what your results are so much. What they want to see, what they think is really cool, is the potential of like someone being generative, that you're excited and you're inspired. And it's like, we can show them that, like, you're into a whole bunch of things, and that's a good thing. And I didn't really believe him, but that's all I had anyway. But I applied, and I ended up getting in and everything. And I later thought a lot about this, and I think it's really true. And we tend to limit ourselves about what we can do, and to not have too many ideas, and not chase too many rabbits, because if you chase too many rabbits, you're not going to get any rabbits. And there's all these ideas around that. How do you deal with too many ideas? And too many ideas, in a way, are a bad thing. But I don't think so at all. Anyway, this is Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life. And today we're talking about how to hold amazing stuff and accomplish a lot of cool things. So the limiting belief that I see, and I'm open to, like, I'd love to hear your comments on this, but this is just for me and from my experience of it, but I get a lot of feedback from people and friends, and like, I do a lot of different things, and I tend to, people looking over my shoulder can kind of almost get overwhelmed. But I think it's kind of a limiting belief that we want to not think about a whole bunch of cool stuff, even if we're really busy, about ideas that we maybe could do or maybe we'll never do, but to never squelch that, because doing something and thinking about something creates the same kind of juice. Now, and that's what we want. We want to be optimized. We want to be creatively nimble. And that comes from doing and thinking of lots of disparate things all the time. Just let that go. Just go. Let it all go. The problem, I think, that exists, and I think there's some truth to this, and what people are afraid of, or their experience of it, is that if we have too many ideas in our head, that's not such a good thing, because we can't think. I don't think that's true. I think the problem comes in if we have too many ideas in our head and we're trying to do one thing with too many ideas in our head, thinking about too many things while we're doing that one thing. So there's a big difference there. You can have and store, your brain can handle so much. But when you drop into what you're doing, you go deep. You go on that one thing and you really, really focus on it while you're doing it. That's all that matters. And if you can remember that, you don't have to feel bad about all the other noise that's around you, because when you know how to go deep on one thing, that all drops away. It doesn't matter if there's one idea or 100 ideas or many different things. You want to be able to show up and be able to just drop into that one thing. So there's some benefits to this thing of holding and going into a lot of ideas and carrying these with you. First of all, it's refreshing. I'm talking about when you show up to do that one thing, if you've had different experiences, if you've been thinking about different things, you come to it fresher. Having to do the same thing over and over, and then you're doing one thing, and then you think about that one thing when you're not even doing that one thing, and then people talk about that one thing because that's all they see. And it's just all about that one thing. So when you go to do that one thing, it's kind of can drag, and you can kind of get in a rut. You can kind of get stuck. So seeing something, coming to it after you've experienced different things and your head's been in different places, it's kind of like when you come back to do your painting after you've been away for the day. Often those days are amazing. It's because you have that freshness. The other part of this is you have objectivity. If you can, we talk about when you're painting, if you use a paintbrush with a long handle and you kind of get back from it and you don't really look at it when you're making it and don't get too attached to it, that's all about trying to keep objectivity. Because when we're like that, we can make better decisions. The work is better. We're not cramped in front of it. We're not holding too tightly. We're loosely holding it. And when we're not glomming onto one thing obsessively, one idea, but we have lots of the idea, the fertile ground of our ideas, that makes objectivity more possible, which makes the result of the one thing we're working on easier, and the outcome comes faster, and it's often better. The third piece of this is around the connection. Creativity is described as connecting things that don't normally connect. And it's really true. If someone's got a really creative idea, they're like, wait a second, I know how to fix this, this problem of, we can't eat in a restaurant because there's too many people around. Using a creative solution like, well, why don't we eat outside? Why don't we move the tables outside? Why don't we close the street down and we'll move all the restaurants outside on the street? Like, that's not something that you would normally put together, streets and restaurants. But when you put those two things, disparate things together, there's this really cool solution. That's creativity. So you having a whole arsenal of thoughts and ideas, if you are so busy on the one thing you're working on, but you really just want to go to the beach and pick up shells all day and you don't do it, that's okay. You're probably you'll be more productive and you just keep working on that one thing. But it's very likely, and I know you've experienced this, you go to the beach and you're collecting things and you see a shell, then you go back and you work on your art. And that form is the perfect form for the painting. There's all these synchronicities that line up because you're starting to connect. And the more connection points you can have, the more potency you get in your art. It becomes bigger. It becomes more global, so to speak. Anyway, these are why I don't like to limit the thinking, and I just encourage everyone to do more and think more, and take it on. Say yes to way more things. You can always say no if you have to later, but just saying yes and know that your brain is like a super powerful computer and it has no problem holding a whole bunch of ideas. And The only thing you need to do is when you're doing your work, when you're doing that one thing, you drop into it like crazy and just deeply drop into that one thing and let the richness of all the hard drive emerge and come out into that one thing. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about this week. And because I got a whole bunch of things I'm working on, and it's like, is this right? It's like, yeah, it's right. I feel so excited about what I'm doing, but it's tricky, you know, it's tricky to like manage it all, but it's so cool at the same time. So let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you manage all of your ideas and whether you think that's a great thing or how you just fit that all in. So leave a note in the comments. Also, for those of you who might not know about it, we haven't made a big deal about it, but we are having the Art to Life International Juried Art Exhibition, and we've got a few more days left to enter. This is kind of the sort of our flagship, our initial try at this. There's not going to be a gajillion people. The prizes are pretty amazing. I really see this as a benefit for artists. We want to promote artists and we want to reward them with good, you know, there's a cool first place cash prizes and stuff. And we just want to like create this great art exhibition. So encourage you to click on the link below, check it out. If it's something that is interesting to you, go for it. We have an amazing juror, Julie Nestor, who has got a great gallery and has an impeccable eye, and she'll be doing the choosing. So go ahead, jump on that, and look forward to talking to you next week and reading your comments this week. Thanks a lot. Okay. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.